It's my pleasure to welcome all of my students. I'm back again. You know me. I'm Aziz Roman, assistant English teacher, Algorithm Secondary School, Alipur Shakya. Dear students, I'm here to take English second paper for class 10. And our today's topic is voice sense, and today I will teach you passive to active. Dear students, in my previous classes I taught you active to passive, and I will going to teach you passive to active. Dear students, today we will discuss about imperative sentence and its passive to active. You know that imperative sentence starts with the main verb, and we know that in this sentence we have to write let in passive voice. Such as, dear students, its name is imperative sentence. Imperative sentence. First, let the work be done by let the work be done. This is one rule. Dear students, look at the sentence carefully. I have written let the work be done. This is passive voice because in this sentence the sentence starts with let. We know that passive voice in imperative sentence generally starts with let, and then the object will be the subject. The work is subject here, and next the subject there will be must be used in this sentence in passive voice, and next the main verb will be past participle. This is the one kind of rule of passive voice in imperative sentence. And if we want to go to change the voice into passive one, at first we have to watch whether object after verb. In this sentence there is no object there is no by or object at the end of the sentence. So we should not repeat the verb let. We will remove let from the sentence. And according to the rule, we at first use the main verb. The main verb is done, and in imperative sentence the main verb will be always present form. Okay, dear students, present form. So we may write do instead of done, because done is written in passive voice, and we have to change the main verb into present form. So do, and then the object will be the work. This is the object. There is one kind of imperative sentence, because in this sentence there is no personal object. If there is no personal object in imperative sentence, then we have to start the sentence with the main verb and then the object. This is not personal object. It is this object has no life at all. It is direct object. If there is no indirect object in passive voice, we should not use let at first. Dear students, I will again another example of this type of sentence. Such as, let the let the letter be posted active. Dear learners, look at the sentence carefully. Let the letter be posted. This is another example of passive voice, and you notice that there is no indirect object at the end position of the sentence with the preposition by. So this sentence also will be also started with the main verb. There we need not use let at first. So let should be omitted from the sentence, and as usual we have to choose the main verb. The main verb or principal verb posted, and its present form is post. And next we have to choose the object. The letter is here subject, and its objective form is the same, because the letter. Post the letter. This is the function of passive to active in imperative sentence. It has another kind of rule, and we will go to the second rule, such as, let a song be sung by her. Let a song be sung by her. Dear students, here is indirect object with by, preposition by. So this sentence will be started with this personal subject, that means indirect object. So let will be written here because of by and personal subject, indirect object. Dear students, let, and then we have to discard by as a preposition, and we have to write object, let her. Okay, dear students, at first we have to write let, and then have to write object, and we know that her is object and its object is the same, so we should write her, and then B will be omitted, and its present form is sing. Let her sing, and then the direct object at the last position, a song. Dear students, look the whiteboard carefully. Let a song be sung by her. This is the passive voice with indirect object, and if there is indirect object at the last portion of the sentence with adding by, then we should write let at first. Let will be unchanged here, but we noticed in the above sentence that let will be omitted in this sentence because there is no indirect object in this sentence. If there is direct object in the sentence, active voice will be started with the main verb, and if there is indirect object at the end position of the sentence adding by or added by, the sentence will be started with let. Okay, dear students, so let her sing a song. I will give another example of this type of sentence. Dear students, look at the whiteboard carefully. Let him read a sorry. Let a book be read by him. Dear students, look at the sentence. Let a book be read by him. This is also another kind of example of let active passive voice. Another example of passive voice with indirect object. Him is indirect object. Her is also indirect object. So we have to change the active voice, passive voice into passive on, passive voice into active on. Likewise, the above sentence. Okay, we are students for according to above sentence. So in above sentence we wrote let. We have to write let because there is an object of indirect object. It is an indirect object. That's why we have to start the verb, start the active voice with let. Let. Then we should write indirect object. Let him. And then the main verb read. Let him read. And then the object a book. Object object is book. Him is indirect object and book is direct object. So the sentence will be started in active voice with let. Let will not be omitted here. Okay, dear students, this is the second rule or other rule of imperative sentence from passive to active. Dear students, now we will go to another kind of voice sense, passive to active, another kind of voice sense. Now I will give an example of this type of sentence. Dear students, follow me and look at the whiteboard. Such as he was made chairman. He was made chairman. Active. Dear students, this is very important example of passive voice. He was made chairman. Made is factory verb and chairman is factory object because chairman and he is the same person. Because he is equal to chairman. He is equal to chairman because chairman and he is the same person. So chairman will not come. Chairman, sorry, here we have to write by us. So at first we have to choose the subject from the object form. Us is object form and its subject form is we. And it is as it is past tense. As it is past tense, so we should make the main verb into past form. Made is past participle form and its main verb is make and its past form is made. Made will be the same because make, made, made. So its past form is made. And then we have to make the subject into object on, such as we made him, and then we have to write the factory object. That means object complement. Okay, dear students, this is object complement. So this is the change of passive to active. We made him Jan. Okay, dear students, and I will give another type of example of this voice, such as she was nominated. She was nominated member. She was nominated member by them. This is another example of factitive object or objective complement in passive voice, and we have to change the voice, passive voice into active one. And as usual, we should change the passive voice into active one, like the above sentence. We have to change the object at first. The object is them and its subjective form is they. And all these past indefinite tense, as usual, was nominated. It is the structure of passive voice or past indefinite tense. And in active voice, we should omit the auxiliary and take the main verb. Nominate is main verb. Nominate, and its past tense is nominated. Nominated. We nominated or they nominated. She is subjective form, and we have to change the subjective form into object one, such as her. Her is objective form, and they nominated her member. Member is factitive object. That means complement. Complement. Her member. They nominated her member. This is the example or change of passive to active about factitive object or objective complement. This is the another kind of rule from passive to active. But sometimes we see that there is no exact subject present in the passive voice. Then we should take the subject from out of the sentence, and we have to imagine what kind of subject may be written in the sentence. According to the meaning of the sentence, we have to choose subject from out of the sentence. Such as I will give now an example of this type of sentence without any subject or object in passive voice, such as English is spoken all over the world. Dear students, this is an example of passive voice, and you see that there is no exact object after by or in or with at the end position. So this sentence is not clear, or there is no exact object of this sentence. English is spoken all over the world. There is no basic object. Basically, there is no object. So we should search. We should bring the object from the meaning of the sentence. Yes, English is spoken all over the world. Who speak English? Generally, the answer is we. Generally, the answer is people, etc. So we may take the subject people. People is spoken. It is the example of present indefinite tense, and as usual we have to discard auxiliary verb unnecessary in passive voice, and we have to make the main verb into the basic form of the verb or present indefinite tense. People speak is base form or present form in active voice. As this sentence is present indefinite tense, so we should change the verb into in present form in this sentence. People speak, and then object English. English is the subjective form here, and its objective form will be the same. So people speak English. All over the word is extension of this sentence, and this extension will be written at the end. This is the answer of the question. English is spoken all over the world, and people speak English all over the world. This is the change of passive to active. Dear students, today is a word from me, and I hope I will again meet you with another topic, another grammatical item or first paper, and then I hope you will be safe and sound. You will be keep quiet, keep healthy and hygienic also, because you know that the velocity you are coming from is increasing day by day, and the present situation is not very favorable for us. So you should be conscious of this present situation. Dear students, thank you all.